Whole grain crackers, the fiber illusion. Another snack that tends to get an automatic nod of approval is the box of whole grain crackers. Crack open a package, and the crackers usually look the part, golden brown, maybe with visible flecks that suggest hearty grains. The packaging leans hard on this image, with phrases like made with whole wheat or fuel for healthy aging beside pictures of wheat stalks or sprinkled seeds. For anyone trying to keep snacks aligned with goals for heart health, digestion, and steady energy, the message is clear. This is the grown-up, better-for-you choice. Compared to pale, refined crackers or chips, they seem like the obvious upgrade, light, crisp, and easy to pair with spreads. In reality, what's inside often doesn't match the picture you've been sold. A big part of the disconnect comes from how whole grain is defined on the label. Many products in the healthy aisle are blends, some whole grain flour mixed with a larger share of refined white flour. To keep that hearty look, manufacturers may add caramel coloring or malt extract rather than relying on the natural color of whole wheat. If you expect a meaningful amount of fiber, this can be disappointing. The best way to check is to scan the ingredients. Look for a whole grain listed first, and aim for around 3 grams of fiber per serving if you want it to make a real contribution toward your daily target. Without that, the fiber benefit you think you're getting may be too small to make much difference for digestion or satiety. For older adults, those missing grams of fiber matter more than labels suggest. Fiber helps keep the digestive system regular and becomes especially important when mobility is lower, fluid intake isn't as high, or certain medications slow things down. Snacking a few times a week on crackers that offer little more than refined starch can slowly chip away at your daily fiber intake without you realizing it. Over time, it can contribute to a low fiber pattern that impacts gut health more than most people expect from something marketed as whole grain. Sodium is another quietly building factor. Crackers generally don't taste as salty as chips, but they can still pack enough sodium to matter, especially in portions people actually eat. A listed serving might be just 6 or 7 crackers, but it's common to eat double that in one sitting, especially if paired with cheese, dips, or soup. It's easy to go over your intended sodium limit without realizing, and for anyone keeping an eye on blood pressure, those extra milligrams add up quickly. The seeds scattered over some varieties, flax, sesame, poppy, are often used to signal extra nutrition. Seeds do provide healthy fats and minerals in larger amounts, but on crackers they are usually more of a garnish than a meaningful source. While they can offer some nutrients, the quantities are small compared to eating seeds by the tablespoon in yogurt or cereal. Another point worth noting is texture and comfort. According to dietary guidance like MyPlate and Canada's Food Guide, older adults often need to consider dental and swallowing comfort when choosing foods. For those with dentures, bridges, or sensitive gums, seeds can lodge uncomfortably or require extra cleaning. In some cases, they can irritate a sensitive digestive tract, especially for people with certain gastrointestinal conditions. Seeds aren't inherently a problem for everyone, but it's worth testing small amounts first if you're unsure. Texture overall is something manufacturers engineer into these snacks. The consistent crispness, even months after packaging, usually comes from added oils or shortening that help keep crackers fresh and snappable. These are often refined vegetable oils that don't add the same nutritional value you'd get from sources like olive oil or nuts. If crackers are a daily go-to, that hidden fat source becomes a regular part of your diet, without offering many of the healthier types of fats you might expect from whole food snacks. When you look at the full picture, refined flour blended with some whole grain, calorie-dense flavorings, minor seed decoration, moderate sodium, and shelf-stabilizing fats, it's clear many whole grain crackers are processed carbs dressed up to look like nutrient-rich foods. For anyone aiming to make every calorie count towards stronger nutrition, that's a poor return on the investment. They work more like a light, salty, refined snack than the steady, fiber-rich energy source the front packaging suggests. If you're after a convenient, crunchy bite without those trade-offs, there are swaps that keep the experience but improve the nutrition. Air-popped popcorn is one of the easiest. It's a true whole grain, naturally low in sodium before seasoning, and offers good volume for relatively few calories. 3 cups of air-popped popcorn can feel like a generous snack, especially with flavor from herbs, a sprinkle of spice, or a light mist of olive oil to make seasoning stick. You get real fiber, control over salt, and the satisfying crunch many people want from crackers. Another option is making simple whole seed crackers at home. Using flax, chia, pumpkin, or sunflower seeds as a base, with oat flour or blended rolled oats as the binder, puts the seeds front and center, where they have a meaningful impact on nutrition. You choose the level of salt, the texture, and the oil, so you can make them softer if chewing is a concern or crispier if that's preferred. With only a handful of ingredients, they store well, and you can adjust batches to match dietary needs over time. Even among store-bought crackers, better options exist. You just need to read beyond the front label. Start by checking if a whole grain is the first ingredient. If fiber is around 3 grams per serving or more, that's a sign it could contribute meaningfully to your daily intake. Review sodium content per serving, and think about how many you typically eat at once. It's a small effort at the point of purchase, but helps avoid snacks that look high fiber and heart healthy yet don't deliver. The main point is that whole grain on the front of the box doesn't guarantee much without confirmation from the numbers and ingredient list on the back. Choosing snacks that actually match the benefits you expect takes that extra step of checking what's really inside and deciding if it's worth the space in your everyday diet. For some people, that means keeping crackers as an occasional treat and relying more often on snacks where you control the salt, fiber, and type of fat, like popcorn or homemade seed crackers. Being clear on what supports your health goals helps avoid the disappointment of thinking you've picked the better snack, only to find it wasn't much different from the one you meant to replace. And once you're in the habit of looking past marketing and focusing on what your body actually gets from a food, it becomes easier to spot other products that overpromise through clever design, but underdeliver in real nutrition. From the snack aisle to the checkout counter, the same habits can help you decide which products genuinely fit your needs and which are just dressed up for the part. Fruit juice, energy shots, liquid sugar in disguise. Right next to some of those better-for-you snacks, you'll often see another product aimed squarely at health-conscious shoppers: fruit juice energy shots. These tiny, brightly packaged bottles line checkout displays and wellness shelves, promising everything from immune support to natural energy in just a couple of sips. They market themselves as concentrated nutrition without the time, portion, or preparation of a full snack or meal. For older adults, the pitch is obvious. These bottles are small, easy to open, simple to store in the fridge, and they seem to deliver the benefits of fresh produce in a fast, fuss-free way. The splashes of fruit or shots of leafy greens pictured on the label reinforce that idea. In reality, what's inside rarely matches that promise. Most juice shots share the same defining feature. They concentrate sugars and remove most of the fiber. This means they behave more like sugary drinks than whole fruit. The sweetness comes mainly from fruit juice or juice concentrates, forms that contain the naturally occurring fructose and glucose of the fruit in a compact, rapidly absorbed dose. Because the pulp and skin are gone, the fiber that would slow digestion and moderate blood sugar spikes is missing. Even bottles labeled "no added sugar" can still be high in free sugars, simply from the fruit juice itself. According to guidance from the World Health Organization, free sugars, those added to foods or present in juice, should make up less than 10% of total daily energy, with a reduction to around 5% offering extra health benefit. For many people, a small juice shot can quickly use up a large part of that daily allowance. The nutrient claims on these bottles often focus on vitamin C, which is essential for immune function. But that vitamin C typically comes from added ascorbic acid rather than being retained naturally in the juice. While it's still bioavailable, the rest of the fruit's complex nutrient profile, its phytonutrients, antioxidants in the skin, and natural fiber, has been left behind in processing. What you end up drinking is often flavored liquid with isolated nutrients added back, not the whole food equivalent the marketing implies. Metabolically, the concentrated sugar load from juice shots can be more challenging with age. Fructose is processed primarily by the liver. In high amounts, especially from refined or juice sources, it can add to fat buildup in the liver over time. That's relevant because non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is more common in older adults, and small, high-sugar beverages taken frequently may contribute. Fructose also bypasses the usual hormonal signals that help regulate appetite, so your body may not register it the way it would register calories from starch or more complex carbohydrates. That means it's easy to take in energy without feeling any fuller, leading to extra snacking later. Satiety plays a big role here. Eating a whole piece of fruit takes time, engages chewing, and allows your digestive system to start breaking it down early, triggering fullness signals. With a juice shot, you bypass this process altogether. It's gone in seconds, and your body has little warning that you've consumed the sugar equivalent of multiple servings of fruit. For someone trying to maintain steady energy and manage appetite, that can set up a pattern of spikes and dips in blood glucose. In older adults, who may already have reduced insulin sensitivity, these swings can be sharper and more likely to cause feelings of fatigue or unsteadiness soon after the initial lift. Beyond the sugar, many juice shots lean on trendy add-ins such as ginger, turmeric, or cayenne pepper to boost their functional appeal. While these ingredients have documented health benefits at meaningful doses, the amounts in juice shots are often too small to have real therapeutic impact. A dash of turmeric in a sweet base doesn't match the anti-inflammatory potential seen in studies, and a hint of ginger won't deliver the digestive effects you might expect from larger amounts in food or tea. Including these flavors makes the product feel gourmet and functional, but they can distract from the fact that the main component is still concentrated fruit sugar. Some brands also market probiotic-infused versions, playing into the growing interest in gut health. The problem is, probiotic viability depends on careful handling, constant refrigeration, limited shelf life, protection from acidity. The acidity of fruit juice and the conditions in transport and storage can reduce the number of live cultures significantly before you even open the bottle. That makes the probiotic claim unreliable unless the product has been handled under ideal conditions, which isn't always guaranteed. Then there's the matter of cost. When you break it down per ounce, these tiny bottles are among the most expensive items in the beverage section. For someone on a fixed income, that means paying a premium for what is often just a small serving of fruit sugar, water, flavoring, and one or two added vitamins or extracts. Compared to whole produce or homemade drinks, the value is limited, especially if you're looking for lasting satiety or a broad nutrient profile. If you're drawn to juice shots for hydration and flavor, there are lower sugar, higher benefit alternatives that match the convenience. Infused water is one of the simplest. Adding slices of citrus, berries, cucumber, or fresh herbs to a jug of water and letting it sit gives pleasant flavor and scent without the concentrated sugar hit. The natural compounds that leach into the water can make it more appealing to drink, which is useful for anyone who finds plain water uninviting. And hydration supports almost every aspect of health as you age. If your priority is actually getting the nutrients of fruit along with slower sugar absorption, whole fruit smoothies are a much better fit. Blending the entire fruit keeps the pulp and fiber, which slows digestion, blunts the blood sugar rise, and benefits your microbiome. Combining fruit with a source of protein, like unsweetened yogurt or milk, and a source of healthy fat, like nuts or seeds, can further improve satiety and nutrient balance. This kind of drink is still easy to consume and prepare, but it works more like food than a quick liquid calorie load. For those who want something concentrated, but not high in sugar, low-sugar vegetable blends offer another home-prepared option. Base them on vegetables such as spinach, cucumber, or celery, and add a small amount of fruit for taste. You'll keep the sugar content far below that of commercial juice shots while still enjoying freshness and a lineup of beneficial plant compounds. None of this means you can never have a juice shot. An occasional one, especially as part of a balanced meal, won't harm most people. But using them regularly as a nutrient shortcut is risky, especially for older adults who need to protect energy stability, liver health, and appetite regulation. If you do have one, make it part of a balanced plate that includes protein and healthy fats, so the sugar is absorbed more slowly. Most importantly, don't assume that natural, immune, or energy on the label means low sugar. Always check the total sugar per serving, and remember that a small bottle can hide a high concentration per ounce. By focusing on options that retain fiber and deliver balanced nutrition, you avoid paying for what is essentially liquid sugar in a small, expensive package. Staying aware of label language and looking past the front-of-pack claims to the nutrition panel helps ensure your choices truly support your health goals. And the same vigilance is worth bringing to other, compact, health products that trade on convenience and functional promises, but may come with their own set of trade-offs, especially those targeting quick protein or energy in solid snack form. High-protein snack bars, the fiber-free calorie bomb. High-protein snack bars are one of the most heavily promoted healthy convenience foods right now, especially in products geared toward older adults. In almost any grocery store or pharmacy, you'll see entire displays of them, packaging covered with images of hikers, cyclists, or vibrant, active seniors out on scenic trails. The claims are hard to miss. 20g protein, muscle support, made for your active lifestyle. For anyone trying to maintain strength and muscle mass with age, that amount of protein in one portable package can seem like exactly the right choice. A bar that needs no prep, fits in a bag, and feels like a smart swap for something more indulgent is an appealing idea. But the reality behind many of these bars makes them less ideal as a frequent choice than the marketing suggests. Look closely at the ingredients, and you'll see much of that protein comes from isolates, things like soy protein isolate, pea protein isolate, or whey protein concentrate. These are inexpensive and efficient ways to boost protein numbers, but they don't include the vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and naturally occurring fiber found in whole protein foods such as legumes, eggs, or dairy. You're getting the protein, but not the broader nutritional package that supports overall health. And that absence of fiber is one of the biggest drawbacks. Fiber is important for everyone, but it becomes especially critical later in life. It supports digestive regularity and helps manage blood sugar responses after meals or snacks. Many high-protein bars aimed at older adults contain very little, often just 1 or 2 grams per serving. Without adequate fiber, these bars provide a fast hit of protein and calories without the bulk needed to keep you full. That means hunger can return quickly, leading you to eat again sooner than expected. Over time, that extra, often unplanned intake makes it harder to stay within calorie targets while still meeting protein needs. It's also worth noting that low sugar, front label claims don't mean much without context. Bars often achieve this by adding various sweeteners, sometimes artificial, sometimes from highly processed sources, that keep the taste appealing but may contribute little nutritionally. Watch the ingredient list for the types of sweeteners used and for the fiber content. If the bar has high protein but is low in fiber and high in refined carbs or added sweeteners, it's less likely to keep you satisfied and more likely to cause quick energy swings. Pairing protein with either fiber or healthy fat helps slow digestion, leading to steadier energy, a principle reflected in guidance from places like the National Institute on Aging and MyPlate. Older adults do need adequate protein to help preserve muscle mass, particularly if they want to support mobility, balance, and strength. In fact, getting enough high-quality protein spread throughout the day can make a difference in maintaining independence. But the source and context matter. A protein source that comes with little else in the way of nutrition and satiety is only part of the solution. Choosing bars that contain whole food ingredients, like nuts, seeds, and oats, can give you a more balanced nutrient profile. If you have a bar that's low in fiber, pair it with something that adds that element, like a piece of fruit, raw veggies, or a small handful of nuts. The combination works better for satiety and nutrient variety than the bar on its own. Calories are another factor to consider. Many protein bars fall between 200 and 300 calories, which is fine if they truly hold you over or replace a snack you'd eat anyway. The problem is when low fiber and fast-digesting carb ingredients leave you hungry again quickly, essentially stacking another snack on top of those calories. Replacing that bar with a simple combination, Say, 2 boiled eggs and an apple, or cottage cheese and berries, can give roughly the same calories and protein with more micronutrients and fiber, often for a fraction of the cost. The price gap adds up quickly. It's not unusual for high-protein bars to run $2 to $3 each, more if they're positioned as performance products or specialized nutrition for active older adults. If you eat them every day, you could easily spend $50-$60 a month just on these snacks. For anyone on a fixed income, that's a significant line item, especially when boiled eggs, canned tuna, peanut butter with whole grain toast, or homemade yogurt parfaits offer more balanced nutrition at a lower cost. Many brands also hint that their bars can double as meal replacements. While that can make them sound versatile, it's rare for one to match what a balanced meal should offer. Most fall short on vegetables, healthy fats, and a variety of vitamins and minerals. Using them occasionally for convenience is fine, but relying on them too often as a meal increases the risk of missing important nutrients. That's not a risk worth taking when absorption of vitamins and minerals can already be less efficient with age. A quick self-check before buying can help keep choices on track. Look for at least 3 grams of fiber if you want it to contribute meaningfully. Note the protein source, be aware of the sweeteners used, and consider whether it's likely to keep you full. If it's low in fiber and whole food ingredients, and you know you'll still be hungry soon after, it may work better as a backup option rather than part of your daily routine. If convenience is what you value most, there are ways to keep that benefit without the nutritional downsides. Some newer options in the market use nuts, seeds, and oats to balance protein with fiber and healthy fats.